All right, gang. Conversations have been aplenty and a buzz because in studio is my good friend and the curator of the Great North Pole event. Is that right, curator? Or is this your wife's idea?
I don't know. I think it was a joint effort.
Okay, all credit to Michelle Killoran, but in studio with us, we have Nick Killoran with Great North Insurance. Nick, you've been on air with us before talking about the exciting world of insurance.
Yes,
that
is correct.
That's as exciting as insurance gets, is that
Absolutely.
right there? And I can just tell you, listening audience, Nick is somebody who I love, somebody who I trust, and he has all my insurance. And so please be good to him, because if I mess up and I need my safety net, I need my Nick. Is that a fair assessment?
Sure. That sounds good.
Nick, tell us about Great North as the business before we talk about the Great North Pole, the charitable movement.
The Great North Insurance, you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, Great North Insurance, we really value community and giving back to community, and so it was honestly a good tie-in to provide our office, our agency, and the people in our agency another opportunity to give back.
Yeah, and Great North Insurance been around. Is it 8 years now? 7 years?
Yeah. So it's kind of gone fast, but yeah, I guess 7 or 8.
And you're married to Michelle Killoran. Some of you maybe know Michelle from her involvement with the United Way, or she serves as CFO of Shields. She's prettier, nicer, smarter. You and I both know how to marry up.
Yes.
And bravo to you. We're just going to end the show there. I think.
We'll pat ourselves on the back.
That's right.
That's it, folks.
Nick, you and Michelle were spurred to do something. And I wanna preface it with this is I think quite often people wait until a certain time in their life to start doing good. Mm-hmm. They wait until they've accrued enough, or they wait until they've retired. They hold off on giving and getting really involved until their schedule allows it. And you and Michelle have said, no, we're going to start this right now. So what did you start, and why did you start it?
Well, we've always been wanting to give back to the community, as I said. And so what it really came down to was finding a niche within the community that there is a need. And for the most part, nonprofits around here are fantastic, mm-hmm. and they are filling every need that there is out there. So it was actually very difficult. So we've been thinking about this for about 5 to 6 years. And then we got more involved with the United Way, more involved with the YWCA, and more involved with the Great Plains Food Bank. And as we learned, there was this really awesome program that the Great Plains Food Bank puts on, where backpacks go home with kids over weekends with food. And we thought that's such a great thing for kids to have an opportunity.
Such a terrible thing that it is needed, and
yes.
such a great thing that people are doing to take care of those families.
Yes, absolutely. And so that was, that really kind of moved us and made us think a little bit more. And then we learned that there is also a program over the summer, a very similar program that the Great Plains Food Bank puts on. And so we thought, well, that is great. And then we actually started talking to a gentleman by the name of Garth Caselli, who lives in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and he runs what's called a nonprofit called, or is the president of a nonprofit called Sioux Falls Cares. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Great North Pole is kind of modeled after, I should say.
So you're a copypreneur and an entrepreneur, right? Like
yes.
Somebody else did it better. They did it right the first time. They learned half the mistakes that you could avoid. I think that copypreneurism, is that right? Anyways, we're going to hashtag this word. Being a copypreneur is a great thing because you found something that worked and then you made it local and you made it your own.
Yes. And that's what we were really excited about is they got out a lot of the kinks, which we didn't want to have to fumble through a lot of things and grow slow, let's say, mm-hmm. like maybe a lot of businesses try to do to be more effective. Right. We wanted to try to make the biggest impact we could right away. And so we set kind of a lofty goal of 250 families this year, with a stretch goal being 300 families to try to get to.
But what does that mean? Like 250 families, and folks just tuning in, we have Nick Killoran with Great North Insurance and the Great North Pole movement. You wanted to help 250 families. Mm-hmm. With Christmas gifts, right?
Yes.
Is this just providing them like everybody gets a Furby? Are those even things anymore? I don't know. But is it like one gift per person? Is that what you were doing?
No, and that's what the great thing is, and that's what is it's so unique about this effort is it ties in so many local businesses and so many national vendors that all work together in collaboration with a lot of volunteers. The key, to all of this is the negotiation and work with these national players, getting these goods and everything from food to toiletries to personal hygiene stuff, all the way to toys for kids.
But these aren't the these aren't the cheap things that you're giving away.
No.
You had Under Armour as a main distributor, and you had, with your wife's ties with Shields, you were able to use some really quality stuff that you were giving to these families in need.
Yeah, Columbia provided some coats. Cavio was a vendor that provided a lot of clothing. Target also assisted with getting some Uno games, Jenga. Stuff like that. That's fun for kids. That kind of brings the family together around a table to spend quality time.
Yeah.
And that's the whole goal about the basic needs. It's like, well, why would you want to give basic needs to these families over Christmas? Who wants to get that in a box? Well, I'll tell you, a lot of these families that are in need want that, because then what it does is it frees up cash that they would have spent on these things that they really need to maybe go buy that one gift for that child that they really wanted. And we could never fill that void for a parent. But what we tried to do is give them things that will, kind of bridge the gap per se over that 2-week period where kids are home eating their parents out of house and home of the food. And that's why the partnership with the Great Plains Food Bank and getting some great food as well.
Nick, you and Michelle did a pretty incredible gala, a gathering that happened this last fall. How did that go? Because you set out to help out 250 families with a stretch of 300. And how did your gala and event turn out?
Well, back in September, we met at the Avalon, and it was a great night, a great fundraiser. Raised just short of $250,000 in our first event.
Hold up. First event, Fargo, North Dakota, $250,000.
Yes, and it's to me, it's as surprising as it was, it wasn't, because I knew that if we asked the people in Fargo-Moorhead, West Fargo to get involved, to participate, if you will, I knew that they would step forward, and they did in a big, big way, which made our goal possible during the week of giving here, the first week of December.
And so you helped how many families this first week of December?
286 families, over 1,250 people.
Oh my gosh! And what was in one of these boxes here, Nick, that each family received?
There was a ton of stuff. Everything, like I said, from personal hygiene items, to games for the kids, to clothing, to food. Winter apparel like stocking hats and coats. One of the best things that we just learned for next year, which we're going to try to double the effort next year, is that we just came across a vendor that is going to provide winter coats, $200 winter coats, ranging between $18 to $32 a piece for them, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to be able to buy hopefully 2,500 winter coats at a fraction of what we would have spent. Otherwise,
using the buying power, so $250,000 cold hard cash you raised, right?
Yes.
And then you turn that into buying power with these leveraged vendors. Yes, they're making some donations, but they're basically giving some other things for their cost.
Yep.
Your $250,000 turned into how much for retail?
Well, this isn't the number that actually went out, because some of it stayed for growth for next year.
Of course.
But it'll eventually turn into roughly $1.3 million in product.
Nick, I'm so proud of you as a friend, as a member of this community. You are acting on the emotion and you and your family are blessed, and you get to live in abundance like I get to live in abundance. And you're not sitting on that for yourself. Instead, you're using that and you're multiplying that for other people. And that makes me really proud.
Thank you. Well, the feeling's mutual, my friend.
So what's next? Next year, plan on the event again, right?
Yep. So sometime in the middle of September, hopefully around the 14th or 15th, we're gonna have the event again, and we're gonna try to invite additional people to it to try to spread the word. And grow this effort, because like I said, what we did find was even helping 286 families, what kills you is the week and a half to 2 weeks later when you're getting emails from families that didn't get hit this year, and it just rips at me. And as fun as it is to focus on the 286, it pains me equally to focus on the 5 to 6 families that we couldn't get to. So we're doing some personal things to try to help them, but that's the part that we really want to do, is we want to scale this effort to double it for next year.
Oh, Nick, can't wait to be a part of it. I'm proud of you, man. Where do people go to find out more information?
Well, you can visit our website, www.thegreatnorthpole.org, or just give us a call at Great North Insurance. We'd be happy to talk to you about it as well.
Nick, thanks so much. Folks, we're going to go to break. Go to thegreatnorthpole.org and learn more. In the meantime, also go and give. It feels so good to do it now instead of waiting. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.